Hello, I wanted to make this video to show you my new Max for Life device called Clavé Generator. So this device obviously makes claves, but ideally they're non-traditional kind of odd sounding claves that you don't find at your local supermarket. And in this video, I performed a little 30-minute set of DJing with this device, and then I did a little rundown showing you how it works. And then I opened up the code so we can see what kind of patching is done in the Mac side of things. And obviously, I cut this video so that you don't have to suffer through me trying to find the right kick sample or the right snare sample. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And if you do have Ableton 11 or more, and you do have the ability to use Max for Live devices, I invite you to download this on my GitHub and play around with it and suggest feature requests and just share with me what's some of the cool music you've been making with it. Thank you. Cheers. So that was, I don't know how long that was, maybe 20, 30 minutes of me just messing around with um, my little clave device. And I cooked up a beat. I'm really surprised, really happy with that beat actually. So let's see. Oh, no, that's my drum kit. So on each track, I added a Clavé Generator Max for Live device. So they're on all of these. And what I did, I changed the I guess the envelope so that certain frequencies would come out, and you'd hear cluck 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 cluck. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5. Um, you'd hear these like playing. So I can actually solo these. So you hear like you hear motion because like the sample's the same, so you have to find a way to make it feel more human. Then I added a little bit of a kick pattern here, and then I did the same thing that I did with the claves. I did the same thing with the shakers. Cool. So I really love that sound. Then with the Clavé Generator, I also had it generating the kick drum, and then I went into pretty normal Ableton land where I added a drum kit and normal pattern, and then I muted all of the things I didn't want with the 0. And then here I added a sort of super crazy loud sound, and then I passed it through a compressor with a side chain linked to the kick so that it would create some kind of motion. Then I added another clave generator to control my contact instrument. This is one of my favorites. Kinetic metal. It sounds just like a bunch of cling clang percussion metal bells and stuff like that, so I love that sound. And then the last one was just audio. I just wanted to record what I did at the end. So now that I have a loop, I have this session saved, and I also have a loop. But just for a little bit of information on how this clave generator works, it actually compares to the click in Ableton. So the Ableton, I guess, sends out a sort of clock to the entirety of its software, and this clave generator code receives it. And you can see here we're in 4/4, but my clave generator is in 6/4. What does that mean? That means that I am superimposing a 6/4 pattern over the 4/4. So 6 against 4, 3 against 2 type sound. And so you can mess around with the metric actually. That's the funnest part, because you can play a pattern in 4/4. And that's beautiful. These are like odd patterns, I guess, but you can make them more odd with the metric. Yeah, and what you hear actually, this bizarre sound, is actually beat repeat with pitch and pitch decay. I just love that sound, so I pretty much put that on everything. I can give you a little idea of what the code looks like. So this patch is working, but it's also a work in progress. So I'm still trying to see if I should change some things. Right now, I have a bunch of coals that store the information. So this first one lets me know how many 16th notes are in a 3/4 bar, and then 4/4, and then 5/4. So as you can see, here are my options. 3/4, there's 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So that was useful uh, to know the range that I could displace, how many 16 notes that I have. And it was also useful for the subdiv object that wanted to know the how many subdivisions there were. Uh, as you can see here, it's the baseline is 16. So the baseline is that it is going to be in 4/4. So now for each of these metrics, I have a col that stores all of these patterns that we've seen, in the subdivision here. So these were different permutations of 2s and 3s. But yeah, I'm still thinking of like what options I should maintain or remove, because there's some bizarre things with like the 6/4. Since we have so many different options, it means that I have 121 different claves that I can select from. And maybe that's a bit too much, so I could cut that down. This section here is essentially what connects it to the Ableton console, the metronome that is on top of the Ableton session, and this can give you the time signature as well as the raw clicks. So the raw ticks. So these ticks get divided by the metric. This is what allows us to do some of the polyrhythmic stuff that is going on when we select a different metric to the metric of the Ableton session. So this is super fun. What it does is awesome. And then we have our subdiv object that plays this sequence. So we're converting 5/5/2 into 1/0/0/0/0/1/0/0/0/0/1/0 with this little workaround that I made, because for some reason this is what subdiv is expecting, so we have to properly package it. And I added a little feature of displacement, which allows me to rotate this list, so we can push the beats further down, which creates once again more bizarre patterns. And then finally, this subdiv object is connected to a visualizer that lets you see when these notes are played, and just to make sure that you are receiving a signal from the object. And lastly, we have a MC MIDI player, which is what generates these events that we use to launch clips and samples. And here you are able to change which note and which velocity that you're playing. So this is pretty basic. I don't feel like I would ever touch that, but for some reason I added it as a feature. So essentially that is the Max for Life device, and it's totally free. It's on my website. It's hosted on GitHub. I'd love a feature request. I think there's a feature request option in GitHub or by contacting me in any way. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for checking out my very first tutorial on one of my Max for Life device. Thank you.